Kwame boko there. Yere me say. Twas my
Ken me that say na my mention say free the first semi-final game ebekoso e FIFA Club World Cup. Fluminense ne Chelsea. Say wo he two teams ni nyina na on paper. Chelsea ni Fluminense ni. Obi so obi bia say hwan ana ye favorite so be win ya qualify dia ko final. Me pretty sure say nipa dodo na no ebeka kiro say eye Chelsea boboku no on paper. Nemum in as much as me nipa dodo na ya adwen say Chelsea na ye favorite no. Tournament na ekoso wo US no untimi underrated the performance of Fluminense for. How omo fa so qualify ye. Ekwan omo fa so eyi Inter Milan boboku ni free mu. Ekwan omo fa so eyi Hilal for ni free mu. Eye this same Fluminense ana share Hilal for no omo qualify ye. Hilal for no koshia Real Madrid. Madrid entimi anhye no. Eye Hilal for no ana yi Manchester City for free mu. Enti se Fluminense for etimi yi Hilal for no free ma. E kire omo performance a omo so show was a tournament we mu. Enti se wo ye Chelsea na nipa dodo na etage wo say una wo ye favorite so be win ya qualify dia ko final. One untimi underrated eye Fluminense for no. Ana two untimi ma wutrim enye de. The first question abebusa ho ne say e dey na ma Fluminense for na baba be do this stage a so betimi akọ manim akọ do the final. Ken say what check your team ne from air tournament we mu nyina na coach Renato Gaucho obefa bobo no ode omo ba tournament we no ade a mehu say why Fluminense team ne say wa blend the experienced guys no and young guys ne together enti so mu gina pitch ne so a experienced players no and act as coaches enti say ofa mu goalkeeper Fabio na over 44 years our vast experience 44 years on the post nim at the moment o metire ho o motre back na o mo no eye Thiago Silva and on so e was our experience at the age of 40 years o motre back on the same finfin or acting as sweeper. So between Ignacio da Silva and Gabriel Gomez no eye Thiago Silva no the experience ne e ba we kiro e acting as the coach on the field of play at the team friends Fluminense and so far over Thiago Silva performance e tournament we ma ne commanding presence or deba how ye pillar organization and how or faso etoto nyama we kiro no e kire ho no omo obi a we experience and on name kra ne ebo infinfin ho no so no omo osamo prito a on so that experience or deba be se infinfin ho de amomo a infinfin ho no ono na odi na experience ni di control finfin for no ho at time bia no o control Hercules mo ene sa guys o mo finfin ho and the final third in pokra no omo German canoe on so that vast experience. So from the goalkeeper see the final third no at least omo player ba could be over experience or the aka the young guys say boa Fluminense bobuko no we sa experience ni free ho ball no omo boni nyina no omo so je ball na omo de to form ni bi omo use omo wings ni because of omo three back no omo bono and omo use high pressing style enti time bia no omo create chaos at the man opposition team no enti team ba ko a Chelsea for no your favorite Benitez Chelsea for na underrated Fluminense bobuko no ade ba ko e ha omo ne say omo nye discipline omo di a lot of cars so far e wo FIFA Club World Cup no Fluminense for the 13 yellow cards it means Chelsea for the ball net to form no mo the ball net tata Fluminense for no mo frustrate omo on besha asia committee unnecessary fouls around omo penalty box na play advantage e the ama Chelsea but dia ba ko ni so obi e ref ni say tournament na ekoso wo US no uyi PH bobo ni free wo ma consider one goal the next team on time consider go e Fluminense wa consider just 3 goals enti on be ma Chelsea tough time by me to put Chelsea say Chelsea ebe qualify e dia final no akwa share either Real Madrid or PSG every game be a Chelsea abobia no o ma a different approach enti ene ye kwa approach a Enzo Maresca and the boys ni beba players ni bi susu benya opportunity etimi asiakan Joao Pedro on so first game for Chelsea ye already or the on board by Ken me to put him a friend say Chelsea so be qualify one player Chelsea enye very careful John Arias or no and the creator Edema Fluminense bobuko no by the bia no ene me to put Chelsea say Chelsea betima qualify to the final of this season FIFA Club World Cup me rem into the transfers now what the kind at home with Joshua Kofi champion there no with Crystal Palace say what Chelsea right back position ho na omo 3 players Rhys James Malo Gusto and Joshua Kofi champion na osha pecking order na Kofi champion and a yet third about the right back position na Akra na so pese unya playing time no Crystal Palace for approach Chelsea say ankomunya abrantie na ombefa ni loan omo kan say omo permanent deal na Chelsea for nya oma dwen so ombeton akra no because Rhys James na nkasa na up to date omo suro say prane betimaba ana ye say Malo Gusto no so no prane so sisi enti Chelsea for the omo ye okay say ankombenya 3 right backs in case say injury bia set in a eno na Crystal Palace for say omo ni Chelsea was some good relationship bia eba na omo mfa player from Chelsea loan na omunya obi ti say Conor Gallagher de no ofri Chelsea kobo loan Loftus-Cheek every Chelsea kobo loan with Crystal Palace nan say ya Chaloba enti sa kwan na omo fa so ye Chaloba Loftus-Cheek ana Conor Gallagher de no mpeso omo ye the same thing no mo de ma Joshua Kofi Champon so omo twen Chelsea say Chelsea be mo omo definite answer say omo de abrante ni be ko loan e de ama Crystal Palace ana so omo nko Crystal Palace for twen Chelsea for no oko Newcastle na ko St James Park Chelsea ewo a center back a ompeso omoton eye disasi teams ni bebre na aba disasi ho Villarreal for aba ho Juventus for aba ho me na wo ka say the latest team a omo so aba Chelsea say omo pe disasi no eye team e friend say Newcastle pe center back no omo tutu omani na no omo say Chelsea disasi no eye one player omo nya na ompe no aba be si akan e de ama team e friend say Newcastle enti omo hwe so omo ni Chelsea be negotiate Rasmus Højlund enram de ne ho nsem bebre de bro say abrantie ne say ono de opese otina Manchester na se Manchester for na nkasa kase ombeton na or you ready to go team a odi ani mpa no Inter Milan keme na wo ka say AS Roma for so aba Manchester United so omo pe Rasmus Højlund na AS Roma for na omo aba ni nyina no omo so omo pe ni loan entianka Manchester United emfa abrantie friend say Højlund emma AS Roma for ni loan na saa 45 million euros no omo Roma fo ntimi nto eno beka ya Manchester for kofa Rasmus Højlund free Atlanta wo Bergamo saa time na coach wo ho no Gianpiero Gasperini se Gianpiero Gasperini na wo AS Roma enti ono ana ka che Roma mpanyifo se omo nkofa Højlund free Manchester enfambra AS Roma loan enti se Roma for the omo ho agim Rasmus Højlund deal no menwa di indeed ho nkomo bebre se teams na ba ne ho Manchester monitor Everton monitor Juventus monitor ana Ali was Saudi monitor na ye say indeed yakodi nkomo bi a o say one de teams aba ni nyina no pe Manchester indeed ese teams o maba na afa ni nyina no team onye obebo pa na Manchester United owo relegation release clause no contract no Leicester sign no ehemu se Leicester call relegation na obi ade 9 million pounds ba e wo so omoton indeed boy ni so ono de open Manchester United Granit Xhaka Leverkusen for midfielder yenim se Granit Xhaka de obe move akọ Italy AS Roma boy ni mpokra ni AS Roma for areche AC Milan for areche personal agreement so AC Milan ne Granit Xhaka areche personal agreement ken ye sorry ya Juventus for so omo pe Granit Xhaka omo ma Granit Xhaka enko AC Milan omo Juventus for ni be hia no wo team e fe ni say Juventus inti Granit Xhaka ombra say AC Milan for ntimi ntu eskana omo Juventus ready to pay na Real Madrid for akra wo be ye ni video say wa promise Madrid for so betina Madrid 10 years no wo dirigu abeto dwa say Real Madrid for eton na Madrid enkoto attack amba Madrid enkoto a winger emba na emom Real Madrid for be use scandi akwa akoto a deep midfielder so in case as Rodrigo every Real Madrid bobo ko ni ma anko be expect say Rodrigo akodi abeto another winger e diaba Madrid for say ombe use Franco Mastantuano e that area na Rodrigo wo no na says can mo invest e a central midfielder enti Rodrigo mo ton na ni sika no mo mfa nkoto attacker and as a forward line player emfa mba Luis Diaz de metete kire say in case say otimi movie eko either Bayern and as Barcelona Liverpool for first target Anthony Gordon of Newcastle Liverpool for first target say in case Luis Diaz free Liverpool bobo kunima only if the main sentence the underlying sentence near say only if say Luis Diaz be free Liverpool for main target Anthony Gordon or your long term admirer Edma Liverpool bobo kuno omo decide say anka Sadio Mane kwa ankono anomba ko fanda be replacement enti Anthony Gordon ebetima ye possible replacement ama Luis Diaz na AC Milan for ken omo per striker ene obete Vlahovic ade beche no akrame de Victor Boniface edin by onim say AC Milan for say omo de Mateta and Nicholas Jackson aka omo list ne ho possible strikers are AC Milan for person omo sign no omo de Mateta of Crystal Palace, Nicholas Jackson of Chelsea, Eddie aka AC Milan omo list of strikers omo person omo sign no enti omo hwe so betime nya Nicholas Jackson anasa Mateta emu baako. Newcastle for so ehwe say Callum Wilson na we free bobo ni ma say oye free agent no on betima kofa another free agent aya Dominic Calvert-Lewin Eddie aba be say Newcastle bobo ni enti Newcastle for so ehwe possible replacement for Callum Wilson another free agent Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Liverpool for Ken ameki bibia clear Eddie ama Giovanni Mana ana sporting director Edema Napoli bobo no ana Liverpool for aka kire omo say omo Liverpool for no omo ya aware say Darwin Nunez aka yes extra Napoli for no omo Liverpool for no mpokura enim say Darwin Nunez ese wo bete ne salary no so abeje 5 to 6 million euros a year e wo Napoli bobuko nim ano maka che Giovanni Mana say omo koto Darwin Nunez e dey free Portugal no omo tua 75 million euros wabebo season ne kakra ebo no e 65 to 70 million euros enti sa 50 million no omo de buy plus 5 million no omo nje Napoli for prepare another bid at the Akoma Liverpool for no. Oma rejected sa 55 million euros no. Sa 55 million euros no. Emu 50 a guarantee fee. And emu 5 so a add-ons. Mena woka say AC Milan for a replacement for Theo Hernandez. Na omusi ombeko Girona. Abrante ne friend say Miguel Gutierrez. I will see a kind of Girona no. Eno na AC Milan for say ompeso mkofa Abrante no be replacement. Edema Theo Hernandez. AC Milan for F for de kono 25 million euros anom de koma Girona na saa di uni bema Real Madrid for benya 50% of sales kano because Abrante no at the time of free Madrid akọ Girona no na Madrid say Girona for ton na mu 50% AC for at the 25 ekọ na AC Milan hwa biem omo so omo wogidie say Barcelona ba be fa Rafael Leao minim gidie no omenya no Barcelona ma make ne clear say omo winger be sign no entra 60 million euros AC force chenchino mu ogidie say de keka kono omo ntimi nsan Luis Diaz ana Rashford enyo omo main target but mu ogidie say transfer no bebe wie no na Barcelona for the offer ba say omo per Rafael Leao na Victor Osimhen ene Galatasaray nkomo no ken ma memfa bimbo Galatasaray for nya agya to mu say omba kotua the final release clause 75 million euros na initially 65 million euros na Galatasaray de coin na Napoli reject ye no na omo hwese ombetima negotiate na report ne kire say Sunday ana Victor Osimhen na nkasa frɛ Galatasaray fo mpanyimfo so Sunday etwa mu na ofro mo no ana Galatasaray president ana mpanyimfo no omo kohyia ye ɛwɔ Rams Park omo kohyia wɔ Rams Park no ana omo decide say omba kotua release clause no 75 million euros but omo de 3 years ana betua every year bi no betua 25 million euros enti omo de 3 years ana betua 25 million euros every year bia no mami wie no mami bobo so ma inkuku ne Bayern de no watiti hu bibre mami ma figure na ewom no Bayern for initial fee on person de come Chelsea 35 million euros add-ons 5 na akwa 40 and na Bayern for person de come Chelsea Biggey Newcastle for some man nko Liverpool almost the 45 for ko
okay
for Biggey me no ka say Malaysia on say Manchester musu obi ampe eno na Malaysia agent akoka kire Chris Celtic for our Scotland say the 3 million pounds kokra na betimi enya brantie no me ne wo wie ni mpokra no Andre better epese oye move bi for ebereche eze eska ana player and yet is a player and a defender enti Arsenal forces a release clause of 68 million pounds no on person mutua kakra no the player aka ho initial installment no so me say anka every year bia no on betua 20 million pounds Crystal Palace for so mompe latest offers na dey kono cash plus a player for a bereche eze
wo Kwame Dela ye better was say Lawson bre na be rem kakra mame
me da say na senior man a woshi e wodu kwa na fen ma menchia ne yepa na ye monkomo yepa the attend say you see I have been monitoring what is happening at Real Madrid. Now let me say this and let me also rope you in this conversation. Previous season I say Vinicius Junior as I say the Ballon d'Or the man no. O say 24 goals, 9 assists. That's like 33 goal involvement. Season year we are closing the door. See, 22 goals, 16 assists, 38 goal involvement. But what did me say? In terms of goal involvement, Vinny has more goal involvement this season than Safene Sonje Ballon d'Or. If it is about matter of goals, enka conversation we yanka Vinny has some. But now Vinny has the numbers, but the impact is less. Nkobana mi ni udi no what I say. Say a number say dia Vinny or numbers no, but the impact of Vinny anka benya or Madrid team ni no. Every single time bana ever from. Inti Sauye Xavi Alonso. Any for Nina me ye check a crowd pre-season ni say mini pre-season ya ye boya. Look, the decision to let one player go no ebeding. Say me sure Xavi Alonso ball no more now say enye get the ball to Vinicius Junior, get the ball to Kylian Mbappe. Now let's possess the ball. Let's control the ball. Let's carry the ball. Into Vini is going to have less impact than what he had last year. And I said previous season, yeah. Gonna me didn't what I said. Because you see, time Mbappe and Carlo Ancelotti was get the ball to Vini. Let Vini have the space. Give him the ball.
And the more normal lose matches, baby. No.
And yes, I know Mulusu. And the more Champions League.
I know so na nanu ema Moshe and Abasa.
And the also so na name of
also sa no akwase.
And so na more Champions League.
Also an was.
So when Kylian Mbappe came to the conversation, his impact reduced. And I'm saying, Muhammadu Meniasha Xavi Alonso, Nansen Yamana Oyeno, Vini Bobo ni bi pa, but the impact and said that Nyekes yes, but what did the Micho Yase? Now, says Rodrigo Goes, Hendrick, I was a Bakufi club with the Boko. Because says no, I don't see Madrid selling these two boys together. Go Madrid in Yana being so koto striker Bia Besisia. Either Hendrick leaves on loan or Rodrigo Goes leaves. In Vinicius Junior conversation, a word of the mark, but this year he needs to understand his role. He might be scoring goals, but the impact or Madrid team, it might be less. And I want to stress my words one, might be less. Well, yeah, moving on. Yet say, pay attention to Fluminense for no. The last time I made against Inter Milan, and a water break be by, you could see Thiago Silva catch the coach Ghana Gaucho say, coach when it's 62 when you now Thiago Silva catch the coach and say, let's change the system. Eba gwenimu and o translate or say or catch a coach is almost a system, you know. Now Omuma John and Ross Emma inside and a coach in the ball Tinku. They switch the system. Now, Sanfonia make the actual which say a coach otie the players. Now, a 62-year-old coach when he will not listen to any player. So bet you watch his own experience. Today, Chelsea are going to play Oluman for old boogies. Now, Chelsea are going to play team with a lot of experience. Omo goalkeeper ni yefene Fabio. Ken, under 17, 1997. Tima coach Franedi Eko Aziz Ansa Atram Awulukwe Hamza Muhammad. So many neja ibo onibo. When goalkeeper now or Dadima Brazilian national team nonye. On da one. Yefene Fabio. Ushe television no swa. Ken says hey Fabio on da go Edema Fluminense with 44 years.
44.
Onye Fabio no. 97. Just Aziz and some omunai kron kaida or two na omunyina. Sa team no na Matuzalem sa o kai sa boy no. Ronaldinho mu team omunyina ejai akweda so bobo. Fabio 44 years ene. Obedago September 45 years on the dago de ma Fluminense for no. The Obama right wing back Xavier we did 35 years. Center back no Thiago Silva we did 40 years.
Go. Omba for no betimi anya omo age na mama.
Back number 5 at the back.
5 okay.
5 plus the goalkeeper.
Okay.
200 years. My calculations, you know.
200 years.
200 years.
Omba 5 no.
Back 5. 200 years.
How many face each other in there?
That's your eye.
Okay. Yeah. Just.
But the interesting thing is that 200 years, could have 3 clean sheets this tournament. Inti, Kofono Bono Mobono, Omunim says, I want any new bebreu, but they play with a lot of experience. Opetima, Club World Cup, ya, we are. Omunkuta possession, Omunfa Boni bebreu, Omunwa Boni bebreu. Teams that now I was checking the list of teams that could have possession pa. Out of 32 teams, no, I'm 22. I'm for possession in Yashi. Yet the few chances they get, they know how to put the ball in the net. Normal striker, no. German Kanu, when he 37 years old. Striker, no. Only John Arrest about 9 and 10. 37 years.
On average age, bet about 20, 29 years.
Oh, about 30 years. Go Crafo. Your Luman Boogie team. And now, it's not some Kofono, and yet Tiago almost a Tiago Silva now, or Dean among for Buddy Dean. But senior man for whom
44-year-old goalkeeper.
44-year-old goalkeeper. And all done go no come.
Only Aziz and Samo.
Ani Aziz a tram God when a tram or more Ikea Franny team, no, is Yanko Pom for the crazy. It's Chelsea would have to make good use of the least chances they get. Because and from say Fluminense, the one will sit deep. Allow Chelsea to take the possession. Chelsea form possess it, but Saboni free or mun semwa. Kofoni bet me punish you. Me probably Chelsea lineup. Ayana a dependence on the double pivots. Anytime you see Moises Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, nature say Makukurela, obey inventi as a number 8 or number 10, or Obeka back 3 no. Sene Romeo Lavia or Mobonibi. I am looking at the Chelsea double pivot. Say Enzo Moises Caicedo. I just say either Chelsea's right back or the left back be invented abeshe midfield. Once the left back invented say Kuku invented beshe midfielder. Chelsea left wing one Omeya Pedro Neto Madueke. They will not need Joao Pedro or any of the footballers Anase Kupama. In the Chelsea lineup, Rihanna normally it's a double pivot. So the last game on against Palmeiras, Chelsea normally on build up a 3-2-5. By their last game, only in 3-1-6. The reason is say Palmeiras they do not know how to press. It's Omujai Andre Santos on Kwanso no engine as a defensive midfield. No one pushy plus ni be bring with him. Now the same way I'm expecting the same style because South Fluminense for no Omo Chelsea be bring. They wait for Chelsea to make mistake. Now I'm pounce on. They toss to you. Ken, they are close to Barcelona, Nico Williams, and Bilbao have the Tabasso. Asamna ram kakra tiu.
Tabas the intro.
Me watch your story in Indian and say. Nancy Okwa Spain. Who ever say allegedly Javier Tabas Ekoshia Bilbao for no. And do documents Emma Bilbao for the Barcelona for seeker something and a Bilbao for so sort of comma boy any agent Felix Tainter and a Felix Tainter so a king kai who owns a kai kofonisika samunye and no request say sa clause no say man register me make free. That is the story on which they took papa no so said Tabas say no cry and say no cry. We expect and said Tabas be Bible and Bible church. But it's second. What I don't understand about this whole buha and say Barcelona for in quotes omo town for pane Nico Williams. Yet their lover boy Lami Yamal na down for no. What did the Biggey say? Barcelona omuja Javier Tabas pa Laporta so down for pa ni Tabas. So where do these guys stand? Till asamono ni tintini nyina ni say sa VIP seats no according to Barcelona almost auditors na audit we and almost say sa VIP seats no ma pass ma Barcelona for into Barcelona can get back to 1:1. Javier Tebas has insisted over best 6 months in say on Jinpum. In the time of Barcelona negotiations for Nico Williams, Javier Tebas countless occasion or by interview biano or say Barcelona cannot register the boy. And then can was Barcelona for you who be, but I don't understand Papa Ifana Laporta. Tebas make him move be a negative about Barcelona. He's always quiet.
Let's come attacking.
I don't tell Tabasi on the Madrid phone count.
But it's serious obey or the document be comment.
A horno. Tell me say allegedly.
Say on the obey on the
so okay, so say I no correct na Barcelona with evidence. The courts they would get this man out of office. If Barcelona do not do that, and I just say no correct, try to move and throw their two papa no so. What the meet you but say they tell say Elanga a 55 million pounds. A trigger clubs need now to revisit their transfer and reevaluate their place again. So Elanga last season was 6 goals.
You're 50.
You're 55 million pounds. Then Chelsea are like, no. Then they mad wake. You're 50 view.
Well,
say the next thing goes to Biggey. They say if Manchester United are not very quick about this decision about the Mbuemu. Say, Brentford for so I revisit because if a 6-goal player aje 55 million pounds as an evaluation, Obia share 20 goals in the English Premiership as I saw Tony say.
It's all 90.
So the more you wait,
okay.
The more evaluation no exercise.
As a Chelsea for no Sakra can say Kudu Sukra be 60 million.
Say Kudu 60 no.
Madweke saying.
So Kudu share 5 goals.
Madweke saying.
Share 11.
As a Madweke was so.
You know, say clubs necessary.
Biggey.
Man, you're faster.
Chelsea Ball Club World Cup. Chelsea shouldn't underrate Fluminense. Adiaba when say Chelsea are done no.
Fluminense.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a Chelsea underrate Yomo. We've said Chelsea teams are bonny teams are helpful. But Russia path of Fluminense in baby free banana. Teams are Fluminense abo. We shouldn't forget the Fluminense na ya can once one the Inter Milan frame. Inter Milan team no unti convince me say your team are weak. The only difference and I said there have been a technical change. And no any of the bad dia obijina swaka. But it is a strong team. Fluminense in a uni frame. Al Hilal in a Manchester City frame. Omu wie ye no. Omu be share Fluminense. And a Fluminense e Al Hilal frame. So that is the kind of part of Fluminense bobo ko ne nam so awodeba. So it is not a side that you weak. Match Chelsea underrate Yomo. That is number 1. In the last 11 matches Fluminense are working, they are unbeaten in all competitions. In the last 11 matches. Oh yeah, only free one man. In the last 7 games they have played, Oma keep 5 clean sheets. And your team are defensively, Oma you very solid. And you could share such a side. And fun say oh kwa game and form. Debbie, it is a very difficult game. And you move in 7 months for a Chelsea won tournament to him. Such Chelsea both teams say you weak. I feel that this is the time Chelsea improving functional will be said they are meeting a stride, they are strong. Now Chelsea able to me a bit normally are common him. I expect the quality now Chelsea Kitano about to bear. It wouldn't be an easy game. In the last 4 matches Chelsea has played, in which Chelsea are conceded. And it is a side that easy some concede a goal based on the last 4 matches they have played. It's clearly Fluminense into where they are that is where the focus of Chelsea should be. Almost draining John Ariaso. He's a tormentor or hard. Almost stopping now the attack of Fluminense in Fasubi and Maso. Chelsea beat me any day. I'm expecting Chelsea to win at least by 2-1. Ken, moving on Barcelona. Transfer window Obia set targets or plan A. No I could B. Now I could C. Washeshe because when you say bet me abase be fairly. Me nya de me hwehwe no but se menya na me ma position na ho e was me pro bi ba be shem and so therefore Barcelona had a plan. It started from Nico Williams. Omo pro bi was left wing position honum. It was possible senka Nico Williams ba even the structure of Barcelona and the placement of players on the field of play betimi asesa abrante number and then Luis Diaz de Baba Firmu and also Liverpool a catch almost a yard or mobeton uye no edi free one ma Marcus Rashford nom any idea nyina omunsu din e ba benenam mu edin ba ko ababa betom sesi amene wo kasai e wo Barcelona e yakwada e friend say Xavi Simons 22-year-old left winger and then attacking midfielder for RB Leipzig so what follow Bundesliga no wa he ball akwada ne ba who sa akwada ne mode mo osro a lot of clubs say akwada ne services omo pe problem e wonum sesi an has been the price tag of the player omo value around 80 million euros. Barcelona nye ready so betu asa esika no but nkomo betimi akoso ama price tag normal low no normal for akwada no enso de na baba be piem Barcelona boboko ne mu onye obi abeka so ba be commander sport e wo Barcelona said the nkana ye count Nico Williams there say nko ba ya the left wing position no obetimi ababa be boni pushi Rafinha at the number 10 and asa mfimfin there be Xavi Simons there ntisa obetimi ababa be ye backup but a very good one for that matter. The left wing position o Timibo. Osazu Timibo the number 10 position in place of Dani Olmo. Obetimi aginem no body ama Barcelona boboko no. Uye no ni free one ma. E to da ya born as a false 9. Of which ni nyina Osazu Timi ginem na obo. It is a Barcelona nya no wo team ni mu a. Wanya Nico Williams, wanya Luis Diaz. But he's even gotten someone who gives you a lot of options than Nico Williams and Luis Diaz. And in terms of numbers he's been there. Last 2 seasons, Osha 10 goals in the Bundesliga. Last season, Oshe 8 goals and assisted 11 times. And he's a player. The money was show. Now very good. C'est Barcelona Nyanwa. And we shouldn't forget that he's a player who started from the Barcelona youth team. Osha see free Barca anymore. And Barca loves to get these players. Say they buy adaptation any problem and some fan mano. So Barcelona should make sure say omoni akwada ni bedin komo nomoni RB Leipzig aka price tag ne wasem no matimi anya akwada no 22 years obetimi understand Rafinha no understand ni ye enkodu se Rafinha free system ni no no okacha sa position na oboni ye e dia ma Barcelona cause he's a good player. Can moving on. Chelsea team no there are players on mobile. It's in common na e koso no clearly ebinum susu be film. Na no ni edi no ni Madueke hon komo. Say like it's obetimi free ball boko him. Say no ni Madueke free Chelsea because if you send the performance nya. Then there are other players say possible someone to be free on them because Noni Madueke at Chelsea has been a better player than them. Players ni be any Christopher Nkunku. Christopher Nkunku eba at Chelsea 2 seasons in here. The first season of Chelsea Ken Obano there was huge expectation na wakwadana so. Oberu at Chelsea pre-season and Okoko Prae. Time and a whole tunnel. It was in December and I bought almost half of the season every year and I whole tunnel the debut game the match Chelsea. That season, which was last 2 seasons, about 11 matches in the league that they match Chelsea. Injuries near the end of or share 3 goals from those 11 matches. Chelsea supporters if you say player wababenya injury. Na niema nkonkan yam famano. No obe ra Chelsea bo nim. Now about 11 matches what me anya 3 goals there. So following season or ya fit. No nya lot of games the match Chelsea bo na the performance ni be kosro. Akwada ni be ra bo nim no. Performance na anya sa the following season last season. About 27. Again 3 goals and also share the match Chelsea bo no e wo league ni mo. It's in the certainly performance and supporters they training numbers some more expected so the be mano amasa. So see our report say Bayern Munich after so messing out on a so the top players are not open or they are draining attention in Kuku. People are questioning why because I'm feel saying Kuku more than money.
But because when you're Rafalio.
Yes. When you're Liao. Luis Diaz are heading into switching attention because he needs to be able to be able left wing or no man other options anymore.
No be on Jao Felix.
Ken Jao Felix is a bad player. And I say he has that kind of hype. But stage you know woman. On your club pressure wom.
Okay.
On your club on be respect no. No bona anko yim pass to ya didn't be jinama bono get back to the best of form. There is a lot of pressure over Munich. Supporters no more problem no. Me feel that this deal is going to be good for Nkuku because Premier League ni na bia ya den dia ma akwada no eye no kre. But in the Bundesliga, na Nkuku numbers for them awosoro. We shouldn't forget that in the last season of Bundesliga ni Mansa na over Chelsea. O share 16 goals in the Bundesliga. On the top scorer our Bundesliga in this season no. On in the class 4 crowd and the chair. He was the player of the season in the Bundesliga. And a Chelsea Cocoton by. Wabo France, Wabo England, Wabo Germany. But baby, I want the best of football near Germany. Abra will see a kind of RB Leipzig Bobo Kono. It's yene. So about Chelsea na near Konkai. Now a team from Germany where we are establishing about good football, Gini Ding, and Sana Chelsea got on a bar. I was a brand in Terminal because a honeymoon baby or boy established it, and he knows the Bundesliga terrain very well. Before the last season, our baby before my Chelsea, I make us know your top scorer. Last season, so no, I shot 20 league goals. Our Bundesliga anymore. As an attacking player, and certainly it is a field that can onim hoye pa. And I believe so going back to the Bundesliga is really going to help the player at this moment. Because Chelsea, none of my numbers, yes, and yet, but he did way better than Nkuku. Our Momanako, now how much more? It's one finding a way out. That's a buy and a bar. Uncle, no conconya be more, non getting back to the best of form. Kakrabi on a Troy Dini. Or say the purchase of Zubimendi to a year Arsenal. Or few say onya impact biya. So I had the top 6 teams. Our Premier League, the many of defensive midfielders are. Obetimini Abrante and I agony. Liverpool wineable, a Gravenbeck. Chelsea wineable, a Caicedo. Man City, a Rodri. Aston Villa, a Amadou Onana. Newcastle, a Bruno Guimaraes. And an Arsenal, a Thomas Partey. Who teams when you defensive midfielders in Nina, a dear Bakune ran it through. Omu defensive midfielders, omu robust, omu bobo gidi, hard tacklers. Because it is believed say Premier League, it needs a lot of energy, any high intensity. And to bana one ya dim baby, I bet me affected. But there are players at stages. Team need to say so omo and manifest those players. Or Arsenal born omo bono. Or person Babe you see to Mendy as a deep line playmaker. It is already the trend of defensive midfielders. Ewo Premier League ni media. Obaka Sabrante ni team mo. But Arsenal coach Spaniard no. Ready so better san style to fit the player. No one creative from deep areas. Ediama Brantie no. Ekobasa Arsenal ne benye a lot of the balls. Pressure be more so. Now Kobasa defensive midfielder and I was also supporting defenders. Now a lot of tackling. It's in as much as say you Premier League defensive midfielders or you robust. No mu gidi. Not tried in your all can no creno. I believe Sir Martin Zubimendi at least Euros in against England. Time of move in the second half. He played against an English team. Now you're dominated by a lot of English boys from the Premier League. Or excel on your 92% of the passes right. A Juma Yadeneba saw Mrameye creating from the deep as a defensive midfielder. He was able to do it and do it well against players from the Premier League. And so therefore, we need to read in Yagane. Abranti and Shasi. Now you had a performance for Arsenal for young Jano. But as we speak, game in Yan Shasi and idea. Mean to me, Casa won't be more for Marsna.
Yebe, and no,